we're live.
This is episode 4?
Yeah.
All right. This episode of Podcastaholics is being brought to you by Bro, the all-new social media app that is for bros hooking up with other bros. Have you ever been with your lady friend and you're just tired of her constantly nagging and you're tired of not being able to hang out with your other friends because they're ladies constantly nagging? Well, this app is right for you. Bro is a convenient and secure. It lets you hook up with other bros in your area who are just trying to hang out and be a bro.
In my life, I personally use Bro. Bros help me meet all my best bros. I would be like, BroRollus without bro. Thanks, bro.
You're a bro.
BroRollus. Free subscriptions. All the day.
That's an actual app on the App Store, man.
Really?
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I typed in gay and that came up.
Well, that's very homophobic of you, but I like the idea of the app.
Yeah.
So I have this list of like ideas in case my life falls apart. I can rely on some of these ideas and market them to get me out of a hole. And one of them I came up with last year was called, him reading Bro made me think of it, fantasy degeneracy. And it's essentially fantasy football, but with frats and sororities on your campus. So like, however much someone drinks, however many people they sleep with, however many fights they get in, these are all stats that you can stat rank for your fantasy frat made up of all the Greek life people.
There's actually a cup called the Fulmer Cup, and it's about the off season of college football. And every time a college campus or organization or a member of the football team gets reported for like drunk driving, marijuana trafficking, abuse, resisting arrest, they get points. And at the end of the season, the one with the most points is awarded the Fulmer Cup. And like, it's really like just to shame those universities who have like everybody on the team's been arrested before.
That's really funny. Well, before we get into some of our topics for tonight, it's been like a week since we've been in a call. How have you guys been these past 7 days?
It's been pretty crazy.
Pretty exhausting, but really cool. Just something I want to bring up. I was in art class today, and my teacher was talking about the Doge meme. How do you pronounce? Is it Doge or she was saying Doge?
Yeah, some people pronounce it Doge, but I think Doge is funnier.
I think Doge is funnier too. I don't care like what people say about Doge.
I personally prefer the hard G.
How hard is it to get a Doge?
What?
Like one of the actual like the Doges.
Oh, I have no idea.
The Shibas, aren't they Shibas?
Could not tell you. I am not a dog breed person.
I thought they were just like a lab.
No, dude. The labs are like have long necks and they're kind of big dogs.
That one just kind of looks like a fluffy mess.
Yeah, maybe it's a corgi.
Have you seen? No, dude, they're Shibas, I think. Have you seen like the vines of them like dancing?
No, I haven't.
Dude, they're the greatest dogs.
I have not seen one. Do you have one to link?
Much cool. No, I don't even have the link up.
Disappointing.
Chat up. I can't believe you keep that up.
You don't keep the chat up?
No, I don't keep the chat up. It slows down my internet, dude.
Well, I don't have the face chat on, but I mean, I still keep the chat box open.
I like to keep top tier quality with my work.
So, Palmer, have you done anything interesting or out of the norm this week? Well, this past week?
No, well, I follow a pretty formulaic formula. As my week goes. Mondays I work. Tuesdays I go to school. Wednesdays I don't do anything.
I cry. I cry every Wednesday all day.
And Thursdays I go to school, and then I come home. Alright. And then Fridays I go to school and I come home. And then I just pretty much don't do anything in between.
Is that by choice or?
Well, all my friends left and went to college.
Well, every time I was where we were, you never wanted to hang out anyway.
That's not true. I always had to work when y'all were here.
You never.
Bullshit. You just wanted to stay in bed.
Yeah, dude. Every time I'm home, you're like, yeah, I can't hang out.
Because every time you come home, Ashley comes home.
Well, I see where your choices lie.
I'm sorry.
I was home for like
what are you
3
gonna give me?
days too.
3 days?
Yeah.
Like, I think I spent 2 of them with Ashley, and then one I just...
I just needed a me day.
I just needed a me day, you know.
I needed a me day. It's been too long since I had a me day. Probably like 2 days, actually.
Yeah, I just can't go more than 2 days without taking a personal day. That's why I had to cut back on work so much.
Well, me
Do you regret
personally,
cutting back so much?
Huh?
Do you regret asking to be cut back so much?
I don't regret asking to be cut back so much. A lot less stressful, because that job is like, when you're there, it's like you're stressed out all the time.
you keep a loaded gun under the lab coat just in case.
Yeah.
Only one bullet in it though. It's not for anybody else.
No one gets to share with my mercy. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I don't want to say any names, but I work at a certain pharmacy. It's not saying any names or anything, but go ahead and put that out there.
So he's a drug runner.
Yeah, so drugs for a living.
He's a professional plug.
You're like a plug, but for white people.
With insurance.
I hope
Yeah,
I can come to
pretty much.
the pharmacy and get my dank in the future.
I don't think
But,
like even if there was medical marijuana, we wouldn't be able to like process it.
Right
Oh,
now,
I'm sure eventually you guys would get it. Like, I feel like all the major pharmacies would eventually adopt, like,
I'm sure they want to get their grubby hands on it.
the generic ditchweed. I'm sure at the very least, like, Walgreens,
Consumer value.
CVS, I don't know what the other ones are.
I mean, all the Walmart, Winn-Dixie,
Yeah, like Walmart pharmacies.
yeah.
I'm sure they'd get that cheap brickweed kush.
No, I'm sure they wouldn't be selling that. I'm sure, like, by the time it's all that said and done, it's all good quality.
Does it ever expire?
Yeah, I'm sure it
Oh,
does.
yeah. It only gets, like, 2 weeks at the most.
Well, I mean, like, it's like not an expiration, but it's a best use date.
Okay, yeah, that's a better way to put it.
That makes sense.
Because they found that like mummy with like tons of like marijuana on them, and they said you could still smoke it.
That'd be pretty sweet.
I don't know. I don't think it would be very sweet. I think. It'd be
Oh,
pretty
dude, I would. You wouldn't smoke ancient Egyptian kush?
I don't
I
know.
feel like that would be. I feel like that might kill you.
I'd be all over that.
You could taste the toilet paper they wrapped them up with.
Literally taste death.
Dude, what was that? The Mummy? Did you guys ever see that movie?
Yeah, dude. That was a good
I-
movie.
I have, but I don't know which one I've seen.
Dude, they were so weird. Like, they were scary when I still was younger. Like, you remember the bugs crawling up people's skin?
Yeah, dude.
I
that
I
was
had a
like-
very irrational fear for a long time a bug was going to crawl up my skin and go around my body.
The ride at Universal, I think. Is there a mummy ride at
I
Universal?
think there is.
Yeah,
if
there is.
There was.
Yeah. That actually freaked me out when I rode it
It's
several
pretty
years
scary.
ago. But
It's like
I don't even remember the shit.
It's pretty slow up until you get to the end, and then it just like you drop and you go on like a roller coaster.
I do not remember it at all. It was too
I remember
traumatic.
the Spider-Man ride at Universal was like rad. Like it would shoot you up and like I don't know how that magical like box.
Holy shit! Have you rode the fucking Transformers ride?
Yes, dude.
It is. Oh, dude. So you're in this like invincible car, and the Autobots and Decepticons are just throwing you around New York. Like, it's pretty sweet. Like, it doesn't actually feel like a massive robot just hurled you, but it feels pretty close. Like they got some bright engineers creating these
I
rides.
don't know how it works. It's like some voodoo magic. They put you in a box and you drive around in a dark, scary room, and you don't know where you're at, and if you're going up or down. It's just like
The car is like never 2 feet off the ground, but you feel like you're just getting hurled all across the city.
I feel like at some points I'm way up in the air. Like it's really driving up.
It probably is.
I really want to see what it's like with the lights on.
Yeah, that'd be super interesting.
Um,
I'd like to ride Space Mountain with the lights on, but I feel like I'd be terrified.
I feel like it wouldn't be as cool though. that ride's been out for a while. It'd probably be more interesting than the CGI rides though.
Oh, yeah, most likely.
I feel like Space Mountain with the lights on will be really scary, like you said, like because
I
you
think
like,
it would too.
when it's
I
in the
wanna
dark,
say
you
I've
don't
been
see
through-
any of the.
Go
You been
ahead.
through it? I'm
I
sorry.
want to say I've been through Space Mountain with the lights on. Like
Really?
it was like they had like the ride shut down like mid ride and they turned on the lights. And I could look around, and then they fixed it and they turned back off the lights and they let it run. But I got to
Way to
look
ruin
around.
the magic, Disney.
Yeah,
Like
I got
Space
to look around.
I know Space Mountain's like one of those rides where they tell you not to like hold your arms up because everything's
Yeah.
so low, and like
Did
I feel
somebody
like
get like injured or something? Like I want to say somebody got like decapitated or something.
Yeah, dude, I don't think I could ride Space Mountain. Like, when I was in 10th grade, I think I felt one of the bars like go over my head, like like catch one of my hairs, and I just like slouched in my seat, and I've been too afraid to ride it since.
One of those rides where you don't want to like be stretching when you're going around the corner.
like that kid at Six Flags that got
Yeah,
decapitated.
I was about to say that kid at Six Flags a few years ago who got his head kicked off like a football. Did you hear like he got kicked so hard the person who kicked him broke their leg, like shattered their leg.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Booted his head clean off.
What a way to go! Can you imagine like where his head went? Like little girls, this guy's like her stuffed toy in her hand, and then the head just takes its
It
place.
lands in her lap on the I don't know what rides in Six Flags.
I might be full of shit, but I think the way that he got to like in the position he was when he died was he hopped over a fence that was like, "Don't fucking trespass."
Yeah, to
And he
get his
hopped over
hat.
another one that was like, "Don't fucking trespass." And that's when I think he was just too close to where clearly he was, but yeah, by hopping those fences, he got in the line of sight of some woman's leg.
Oh god, dude, that's like natural selection.
That is natural selection, man. That's the finest example.
This is what Darwin was talking about.
I hope that was a nice hat. I mean, if it was a really expensive hat, you gotta do what you gotta do.
It was a snapback, bro.
It was a snapback. It was matching his shoes and everything, dude. It would totally throw off his outfit if he didn't have it.
His barber really had like gapped him earlier that day, and he didn't want anyone to know.
That's funny.
And dude, I read this thing on Twitter just a minute ago, and this dude shared this thing at Joe Rogan. I follow Joe Rogan because he's always got the coolest retweets. And it's about polar bears are starting to become cannibalistic.
Ooh.
Damn.
in the Arctic, dude. They're starting to hunt each other.
That's pretty cool.
Dude,
Is that because there's just no food?
yeah, partially, but they had this video like this male hunting this female's cubs. It's
That's
pretty
pretty
gruesome.
That's pretty hardcore.
Wow.
Yeah, but cannibalistic polar bears.
Now they're gonna get mad polar bear disease. They're gonna start trying to eat each other.
It's a tough world. What do you think is gonna happen to the polar bears, dude?
They're gonna eat each other out. I mean,
Didn't you read that tweet? They're gonna eat each other.
I'm sorry.
Guys, you can't. They're gonna eat each other out. Or...
I mean, like out of existence.
Okay. That was a little too far there.
I'm sorry.
Let's check our phrasing. And,
I'm sorry. That was I was gonna finish my sentence, but then I realized what I said, and I was like, okay.
So Kirk, how's your week been? We hadn't touched on you.
Yeah, I was just gonna blow past
Like
that.
your uncle has.
In the theme with my week, I just assumed I was gonna be ignored by you guys. It's been a really boring.
I mean, I thought it was just a courtesy. We really don't care, but go ahead.
It's been a really boring week. I don't know if this is just something everyone's like recently kicked up, but it seems like everyone in the apartment, I live with 3 other people, they're like always out and about and doing things. So it's mostly just been me here. So I made some resolves to start going out and about and doing things. I think I'm going to volunteer at the Humane Society Saturday. I'm super excited about that. I think it's going to be super cute. They have a cat room that you can just go in. So I think that's going to be pretty fun.
So that's why you want to do it.
Oh, yeah. I don't give a shit about, like, community service hours or helping people find animals that they want. I just want to play with some cute fucking animals.
Some kitties.
Finally get some kitty. I think, it's just been mostly a slow week. I'm probably going to try and go to the mall or the beach or something tomorrow. It's fucking chilly as hell. Like, it was 55 today, and the wind was like 13 miles an hour. It was so windy.
Yeah, it's starting to cool off again.
I know. It's
Winter's
hell, but...
last breath.
Winter is coming.
No,
it's just been a pretty boring week. Like, I'm getting a lot of schoolwork done because I'll be like, do I want to stare out my window or do my book report? And so I just fucking do my book report.
Yeah, that's what I know. Do I just stare out my window or do my book report? That's what college is like most of the time. Unfortunately, I choose the stare out the window option a lot.
Well, I feel like I fuck off really heavily all the time. So I don't know. I'm trying to do more of my schoolwork. Like, I'll find myself like I'll realize I've gone 20 minutes without doing a thing. Like, I've literally just leaned back in the recliner and stared at the wall for 20 minutes. I'm just like, well, guess I got to do something.
You feel like time goes by so much faster once you graduate high school.
What?
I think if you fall into a routine, it does.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you do the same thing every day, it just makes the days blend together. But if you try to mix it up, then it can make the days seem longer. That's why I want to start doing things on the weekend. I'm sick of just like there's no TV series I'm marathoning or nothing on like YouTube I'm watching. I just kind of bored most of the day. I don't really have anything to do. So I think I'm just going to start doing things.
Oh, you should totally watch Mr. Robot.
What's that about?
That's like I'm sorry, I missed the point of what you're saying. You were saying you don't want to watch TV shows, but it's pretty cool about this like computer guy. He's like autistic, and he like knows his way around computers, and he'll hack into people's like personal stuff. And
that
like
sounds very cliche.
But he'll blackmail them.
Okay.
And he makes this one guy give him a dog. It's pretty cool, dude.
Give him a dog?
Yeah,
is it on Netflix?
No, it's a USA show. I don't think they go on Netflix.
Yeah.
Actually, interesting that you bring up the USA. So recently, the FCC ruled that you can get cable through Apple devices, Amazon, Android devices, and Google. So I don't know how long it's going to be or if it's going to be subscription based, but we'll eventually be able to get like live cable through little websites and mobile devices. I'm pretty excited about that. I think that'll be cool.
It would be cool.
Like I usually don't watch cable just on a stance of the internet is better. I don't want to lower myself to cable, but like sometimes you just need cable, like for sports events and shit.
Yeah, I got a sporting event cable streaming website.
I tried using that website to watch American Dad, and it did not work. So I need to find another way.
Yeah, it's not really for watching like TV shows. It's for watching like live streaming events.
I assume the same would be true since it has like 100 channels.
Yeah, sometimes the channels work, sometimes they don't. It's just kind of a roll. You better the cards. If there's more than one stream, you have a better chance. But if there's like 1 or 2 streams, then you probably have pretty rough odds if either one work. But the overseas soccer matches, like the big ones, they'll have like 13 links. Like you can definitely find one of those.
Well, thank God I can watch soccer.
It's all about finding the right website, man.
Yeah, I'll keep looking. Well, actually, I don't know if I need to because of this FCC ruling, but it depends on when it takes effect.
I wonder if this will put like any of like the cable providers out of business.
I have no idea. I know they're super scared of Netflix and Hulu, Crackle, Vudu, all that shit. They're not really that scared of Crackle, but I would assume this could help get them their business back. Like if they could wouldn't this just be their same programming just on different platforms?
I would imagine so.
Yeah, I'd assume it'd be their way of reaching the millennials. And even then, like having and I hate cable so much just because I can't choose what I want to watch when I want to watch. So it'd be rare for me to use it, but I'd still definitely use it for like new episodes of Rick and Morty or Archer or whatever will be coming out.
Speaking about putting cable out of business with future technology, I read something the other day about how autonomous cars are going to put insurance companies out of
oh yeah, I saw that today.
Out of business.
Yeah, I think specifically I think Progressive was they like made a statement about it. They said like automated cars will put us out of business. I thought that was really interesting. Yeah, I also saw another article that said like robots will replace all jobs that pay $20 an hour or less. Just because like typically if the job pays $20 an hour or less, it can be
done by a robot. Yeah,
easily done by a robot.
Oh god.
Your days are numbered.
Some of my job is already done by a robot.
Yeah, dude, I swear a robot could do your job, dude. How hard is it to put pills in a bottle? You guys take like 40 minutes.
Alright, since we're on air, let's go ahead and get this out of the water. It's not one prescription that takes a long time. It's when the entire county comes to your pharmacy and does it, and like everyone's causing problems, and insurance companies are causing problems. It's like that. It's like it's not one prescription. It's like thousands, like hundreds, not thousands. It's like hundreds of prescriptions going through at one time.
And dude, when I worked at Taco Bell, I made hundreds of orders. I still got it done within a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, but you're dealing with someone paying for it right then. You're not dealing with insurance companies.
Dude.
Those are the worst. Those are the worst people. And you're dealing with people on like Medicare and Medicaid who don't know their insurance information. And then you have to call them and find out, and then you have to get put on hold, and then they come up and yell at you some more.
But still, the act of filling the prescriptions, like, if it's already filled, I can roll up and, like, do all that information and get the pills. But it takes so long for you guys to put them in the damn bottle. I gotta walk around the store, read, like, all the magazines. I don't know what to do.
I usually go into the bathroom and have a quick wank. I feel like by then you usually
I grab a good selection of magazines, put them on my arm, and I go in the bathroom. Do you hear Playboy's doing the non-nude version?
Why?
They're like
Is it like
they like to
are the
market.
women gonna be scantily clad?
Yeah, they're gonna be scantily clad, but they're not
Okay.
gonna be nude. Um,
I thought Playboy was just making their own magazine, like not necessarily women, but just not nude women.
they gotta find their like niche, dude. There's so much nude women that it's not even that stylish anymore for their business.
That's true. I'm surprised Playboy is still in business.
They had a Didn't they have Playboy TV for a while? I mean, like, and that didn't work, and they're really just struggling here.
They need their own free porn website where they can post ads. Like that's the only way they're gonna even get in this game.
The game's too deep, dude. They can't get in.
That's actually probably true, yeah.
That's
Unless they
right.
could film like high quality porn.
I think, don't they do that? Or they
Yeah,
used
they
to.
do.
Yeah.
They do. I guess they're just
But
not big
for
players.
free.
Yeah, they're definitely subscription based, I would say.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's really pricey. Like just from the name alone, it's a really expensive subscription.
Definitely not one place I would go.
Hmm.
I'd pass on it.
Did you guys see the God, I think maybe the University of Boston made them. They're called I think they're just called Atlas, but they're these like humanoid robots. Have you
Does the thing to look like their own iRobot? Like the humanoid robots?
so they don't look nearly as good as that, but like they're humanoid in that you can tell they have a central body with legs and arms. Um, and they stand upright. And it's these like autonomous robots that are doing pretty impressive tasks without like being tethered to anything. So, I mean, it does have harnesses around it, but I actually don't know 100%. Maybe that's for balance. But
What are they
they have
doing?
these
Like,
they have these robots and they like on their own it will stand upright like a person and walk upstairs, or like they have one that's standing, it's balancing on one foot and then a guy gives it a push and then it's like gears automatically adjust for that weight so it remains standing on that one foot. um Really impressive stuff. If you're interested, I could probably find a gif of it or something while one of you bullshit around for a minute.
I don't know. I don't think I can bullshit that long. But I imagine, like, since robots are going to take over us, I mean, how long do you think it's going to be?
I
20
really have
years.
no idea. I mean, as dumb as it sounds, I don't know what like is going to happen to the economy. Like,
When all the
so,
lower end jobs are replaced?
well, yeah, but I feel like eventually it'll get to where all jobs will get replaced except for just the highest high end.
We'll
Like,
live in, like, a world of just free living.
I mean, as dumb as it is to say, I kind of feel like that situation in Wall-E where it's just like machines taking care of people that just fuck off and do nothing all day. I feel like that's kind of the future we're headed to because eventually, like, I mean, how will people have money to work? You know, all the jobs are going to be taken.
I mean, will there be need to work if we have these things doing it for us?
Yeah, that's
I
true.
guess I don't know. If we could train them to build themselves, that would be the ultimate end.
They become like the dogs off Rick and Morty.
An endless amount of them. Dude, I'd be like Will Smith, but I'd go into the country all away from them. Let them come to me. Once they get out there in the mud, they don't have enough treading, surprise them.
Nah, dude, just go get on a boat, and then because they can't swim.
True. But I figured they figured out boats eventually. They're not like stupid.
Yeah, that's true. I guess. You guys want to queue up the video?
Yeah, we don't have to watch the whole thing if you don't want to. We could just like scrub through a couple of things. Like it's mostly just these robots doing pretty impressive tasks for robots.
I saw something the other day. and it was like a GIF, and it was two robots, and they were like playing soccer. Like these were little tiny robots, but were like soccer, and one of them leaned back and like kicked the ball, and it was rolling. And the other one was the goalie, and like the ball rolled into the goal, and then the robot jumped over like a goalie to block it. And it was like an A for effort if he was a little bit quicker.
So, just to give a description, I started the video, and 30 seconds in, it's just this one robot just walking. But right now, it's completely untethered from anything. It's walking through a snowy tundra. It's kind of marching. Oh yeah, like it stepped in a hole, and it almost fell over, but it corrected itself and stood back upright.
Oh yeah.
They actually feel pain. It broke its leg. It's still weeping really hard.
Actually, yeah, that's how we defeat AI. We give them the ability to feel pain just in case they try to rebel, so we have a way to fight back. Yeah, so right now at 1 minute, this robot is picking up 10-pound boxes from the ground and then putting it on a shelf.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm watching it. I'm at like a minute 12.
Yeah, so like, though this doesn't look super impressive, Walmart's gonna have 15 of these just doing shit in the store.
Yeah, I mean they've already got like, I wonder if these people, if these take over like boxing up the stock shelves and everything, they can put more people on the aisles.
That's true.
Because there's like 20 aisles and there's only like 2 people working them.
Yeah, there's usually at least 30 aisles, and 1 or 2 of them have a checkout clerk.
So in the video right now, there's a dude being a real asshole to this robot.
I was thinking the same thing.
So like this robot is trying to pick up a box off the ground, but every time it does, this dude takes a hockey stick and he just slaps it out of his hands. And when it bends over to pick up the box again, he just slides the box a few inches away from it.
Oh, dude.
And I mean, it's doing its thing. Like it keeps picking up the box, but
it's like on Rick and Morty, the butter passer. He's like, "What is my purpose in life?" He's like, "Pass me the butter." Like, what is my purpose in life? Pick up the box. Dude, he just knocked it over with like a tree branch and it got back up.
Okay, so that video didn't have all the examples I thought of, but I figured that was a pretty good example of like some of the things these things can do. They also have quadruped robots that are essentially like they are built unlike any other animal, I believe. Actually, no, yeah, you can just get them however you want. They're meant to like traverse all kinds of terrain, so they have like these crazy knee joints that can bend however they need them to bend.
That's pretty cool.
Dude, I can't wait for drone pizza delivery.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be the fucking best.
Dude,
Domino's needs to get on that shit.
That's where the jobs are in the future. Drone drivers for.
Yeah, just learn to be a drone pilot.
Those are the starter jobs for the future. Drone pilots. I don't know. I don't know what jobs people would do if there were no jobs for people to do.
I feel like we just become a really hedonistic culture. Like we would just do whatever we wanted. I feel like a lot of people would probably get really good at a certain skill, which would be cool.
Right.
Like I bet
our needs would be fulfilled. Like, I mean, our lower needs would be fulfilled completely.
In this scenario, are the robots taking care of us, or are they just taking over every job?
I think they've essentially taken over every low-level job. Like, if you have a job where you just mindlessly do something all day, the robot's doing it. I feel like if that's the civilization you live in, there's either going to be like widespread unemployment, so there'll probably be a revolution if that's the case. But it could go in the other direction where people just like pursue their own hobbies and whatnot. So you get like a lot of burnouts that just didn't do anything. But I think you get a lot of like there'd be an art renaissance, like people would really get into painting or music or dancing or sculpting.
I think people would earn their money with instead of like physical labor, people would earn their money with like thought and mind activities, things you have to do, with critical
Yeah.
thinking,
That'd be pretty cool.
critical thinking tasks and whatnot, solving problems and whatnot.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, because if there's no physical labor to do, you gotta have some kind of labor. Some kind of way to make money, because how are you gonna purchase property, and how are disputes gonna be settled? You just can't be an economy with no
Money
current.
circulation, yeah. That's probably something will change, but not within our lifetime. Probably not within our great grandkids' lifetime, I'm sure.
You really think so?
I think eventually we'll change we'll change what it means, what an economy is. We'll either get rid of currency, or I think we'll do something drastic like that, but I think that's a really long ways away.
I feel like we're really even Walmart, I mean, having technology as employees, this has been out for a while, but self-checkout, is evident of that. We're sliding that way exponentially faster. I think it's within, maybe not our lifetime, but within our lifetime, we'll definitely still see lower-end jobs being replaced by autonomous technology.
Yeah, what I was getting at by our great grandkids' lifetime is a complete revamping of what currency is.
Okay.
People are just yeah, currency isn't I mean, it's already not backed by gold, so it doesn't mean anything.
It's not. It's backed by it's backed by the thought of it being backed.
Yeah, I mean, currency is already valueless. I mean, it kind of always was, but I mean, eventually, I think we're just
together and make a cool coat.
Yeah,
that's true. It will be cool. It will be cool in the future to see jackets made out of sewn hundreds and stuff.
The new hundreds that are nice and colorful. Not like the old shitty green ones.
What do you guys think would happen if the economy did collapse?
Depends, when and how.
Now, and the economy's broken, the dollar's not worth anything.
Widespread panic. There'd probably be an apocalypse situation. Those edgelords that prep for the apocalypse will finally see their day come.
Making fun of yes, I knew it was coming. I knew it.
Hordes of people will pick up their katanas in triumph as the apocalypse has finally hit and martial law is declared.
You gotta go hit up the flea market and buy everything: katanas, nunchucks, brass knuckles. I'm having loaded out, dude.
People are stealing guns and bullets, and the edgelords are getting their swords ready. Finally.
I watched The Purge 8 times.
I know exactly how to prepare for this. It would be cool if you could deck your house out with this mini shelter situation where you would just push a button or flip a switch and boom, you're in a little fortress.
That would be really cool. Quagmire's house, except for a bar and a bed popping out.
You have to be some kind of paranoid to do that to your house.
I mean, that's definitely true.
Doomsday preppers.
Yeah, I'd love to have
underground bunker.
Oh yeah, dude, it only costs $2,000. I'd love to set myself up with an underground bunker.
Dude, I think I would too. Too bad we live in Florida.
I know. RIP.
I think you could. I don't know.
I think you could.
I think
it'd be a lot of bullshit to go through, but I think you could.
A lot of bullshit to go through. You'd have to have some extra work and.
You could probably be expensive as shit.
It would be more expensive. I mean, you could do, some people the people here in Baker County who have basements.
Really?
I did not know people had basements.
Well, I know one person that has a basement.
I have never met a person with a basement.
And I swear, I mean, they're here. They're just far and few between.
My roommate is from Minnesota, way up north, and he like regales me with tales of like attachments to houses I've never heard of before, or like, well, never experienced.
The snow bunkaroo.
Well, okay, so there's like definitely a basement, and I love hearing about basements. They seem super cool. But like all of his bathrooms have heated floors. They're
What?
they're like
Cool.
stone. They're stone bottom, but they have heated floors. So in the winter, when he walks into the bathroom, like he'll turn on the floor temperature to like 82, and so when he gets out of the shower, not only will the room be warm, but the floor will be just like warm to the touch.
Is that like a normal thing, or is he just high living?
He said it's one of the it's like pretty normal for up north, but that's like middle class families, something they save for. Like you typically
Okay.
see that with like it's like a big purchase for a middle class family.
So that was
So
like
it
a
happens
colored television in like the 60s.
kind of I would assume it's kind of like a shitty car. Like it wasn't it wasn't super expensive, but it wasn't cheap either.
Dude,
That makes sense.
that would be great. This morning, like these past couple of days, I've been like, I can't get out of bed because it's too cold.
I know, I feel you. I'm the same way.
I just want to lay up snuggled in a blanket burrito.
Wait, don't you leave your window open?
Yeah, but I
That's
like
fucking
it.
why.
Dude, it's so nice there. How do you guys sleep without your window open?
Turn on a fan.
I put my fan in my window.
God. That's awful.
It's so nice, dude. I've been doing it for like once I pulled my my AC unit out of my old room and just like left my window open, I've never gone back.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it sounds nice, but it's just I can't justify it. It's way too cold.
But there's something like nice about it being cold and you warm, covered up in blankets.
I can definitely agree to that, but that's also part of why, like, when that situation happens, I just stay in bed way longer than like I'm normally at least awake by like 8:30. But if it's cold, I probably won't get out of bed till 10.
When's your first class?
1.
God.
Oh,
I've been back home.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. My first class is at 1, so I can like if I need to, I can sleep in really hard, but I hate it. Lately, I've been like I said, I wake up around 8:30, sometimes around 8, and I love that because I can wake up, do a lot of shit like all my homework and whatnot, and then go to class, and then maybe do a little bit of work and fuck off for the whole day, and I can do whatever I want. Like if I do something, if I get a little too crazy, I have several hours the next day to recuperate.
yeah.
By the time y'all by the time y'all are going to your first class, I've already been home for like an hour and a half.
I go to my first class at 11:30.
Oh, really? Let's see. My last class gets out at like 11:15 though.
I
I'm
get
not
home.
home.
I get home about 12:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and about 2 o'clock, about 2:30 on Monday and Wednesday.
Having
What is that? Why is
Wait,
like
what?
why is one class longer than the other?
Because I have like off days. Like one class is like 3 hours long, and one class is like 1 hour long.
Oh, okay. I got you.
And then I have night classes too, which is lame.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I've only had
so
one night
parent.
class. And I'll never do that shit again. I hated it. The way my like work ethic goes though is I mean there's no way I could like when I do something there is no more productiveness getting done after that something. Like whether that something is leaving the apartment, going to class. Like when I come back, I'm just like I've done my school for
Time to
today.
reward myself. Ooh.
So like if I had class super early, I would just hate getting up and having to go that early, but I also wouldn't want to do anything when I got back. At least this way I have like several hours of productiveness to get out of the way before I go to school.
Uh, I've really been working on being productive. It's not that easy. I need to work on being more productive about being productive.
It's an uphill battle.
That's the struggle.
Getting motivated is just the hardest thing to do.
What I do, it works really well for me, is I do like a pathetic amount of work at a time, but I do it every day. So like if I have a paper coming up, I'll probably write like 1 or 2 sentences one day and be like, you know what, I'll pick up where I left off tomorrow and then just move on to the next thing. Like if I have 30 problems for math homework, I'll probably do like 5 and then just wait till tomorrow to knock another 5 out.
That's probably the right way to do it. Really.
Yeah, it sounds pretty productive.
But I just can't stick to that schedule.
I tried to do physics homework today, and there's only like 28 problems. And there's only like 5 assignments for like the whole year. And they're all 28 problems each, but I've got through 10 of them, and I'm like trying to kill myself because they're so awful.
I take a swig of bleach, do another part of the problem, take another swig, do another part.
A system I like to do to motivate myself, I berate myself with awful insults until I guilt shame myself into doing something. It works almost 100% of the time. I cry about 90% of the time.
That only works with food for me. Like if it's like work and I'm like, you lazy piece of shit. Like if I'm watching Netflix while berating myself, it doesn't really work. So I need to just get on the micro I don't know, the micro accomplishments.
The micro accomplishments. I love the name.
Oh yeah, dude. If I have like a 3-page paper I have to write, it'll probably take me 2 weeks.
That's a lot better than like what we used to do when we had Miss Norman. We just go over to your house and write it in one day.
Well, like I realized I really hate, like I would sit down and be like, okay, gotta knock out this 4-page paper about the health of the French language, and I would just stare at the title page for a while and be like, I can't do this, I gotta watch Archer, and then just go to Netflix. Eventually that really caught up with me, so I started just breaking it up.
Makes sense.
I was a pain in the ass, and like I have an African culture class. We have a decent amount of reading. We have to always like whenever class starts, we have to have read usually 1 to 3 chapters of whatever book she assigned for that period of time. And the last book we read, every chapter was like 50 pages long. So I wouldn't just sit there and read 50 pages worth of Zambian culture. I would I'd read like a page or 2 and then set an alarm for 20 minutes and then read a page or 2 and then set an alarm for 20 minutes, and that's how I would get through my
anything coherent? It doesn't. How did it fit together?
Because like within the chapter, he would break it up into sub-points, so you could still follow along, but it was just like it was too much to read all in one go. Plus, the guy he repeated himself a lot, so you just eventually got the message.
Speaking of motivation and like staying up and studying, I think I'm gonna pick up chain smoking. I hear it's pretty good at keeping you awake at night, and
the kids I see do it look pretty cool, so I figure, why not join their ranks?
Dude, a lot of kids. I didn't think this many people in college smoke cigarettes, but they do. Like,
oh yeah, dude. There's a shitload of people that last semester there was one person in particular that would smoke 1 or 2 cigarettes before class, and the second class got out, they'd have a cigarette in their mouth before they were out the building.
I had people in my classes that had to take cigarette breaks if the class is too long.
That's funny. That might just be an excuse to get out of class.
Like, cigarette use is going down, but like vaping is a whole new industry.
God, I imagine that's true.
I have a vapor in my class, and like when my teacher gets the class starts at 10 o'clock, and the teacher gets there at like 9:59, and she's like, "All right, give me 5 minutes. I gotta go at my smoke break." This like 60-year-old person, and then this vape fag who sits right next to me, both go out and smoke with her.
The teacher's gotta go out and smoke.
Yeah, she's like a 70-year-old cat lady, and she teaches computer
Okay.
applications. And she's like, yeah, Whew, you trust me, you don't want to see me without my nicotine.
That's funny.
I remember vaping in high school used to be like those fruity pins that tasted funny, and they like had a blue light on them. And now people have these
Fucking
portable.
$300 modified rigs that they spend time researching the individual parts on, so they can like build the best rig for blowing fat clouds, bro, or whatever they're looking to get.
It's all about blowing the fattest fucking clouds.
Dude, like it's hard to put them down because some of those people, they can do the sweetest smoke tricks. Like, oh, dude, so some like these people can blow an O that will go a certain distance and then do a 180 and just come back at them where they blow another O through it. Like, they can just have ridiculous
They're like
smoke control.
airbenders, dude. Airbenders.
Bro, it tastes like strawberry cheesecake though.
I wish it was one that tasted like strawberry cheesecake. They taste like booty hole butthole. I mean,
Really?
yeah. My roommate has a hookah, like the actual like one with the tubes and stuff.
Like an
And
Absalom.
yeah.
Alice in Wonderland hookah.
But I don't know, dude. Like, it gets me like a nicotine high, but I just hate the taste. It makes me like sick after a while. It's so fruity.
That's understandable.
I heard.
Now, wait. Are you talking about like an actual vape, or are you talking about hookah?
I'm talking about a hookah. If you heard what I was saying. My roommate has a hookah, and I mean that the hookah after a while, like I could puff on it for a while, but it just makes me sick, want to throw up. I can't stand it, dude.
Yeah, that's understandable. Ever since we went to like, well, not ever since, but when we went to the hookah lounge, I got an appreciation for what smoking too much hookah can do. Like, just makes you feel shitty. Like, there's no other real way to put it.
My roommate said this the other day, not the one with the hookah, but the other one said, like, I don't know how well I trust it. He said an hour's worth of smoking hookah is like smoking 100 cigarettes.
Yeah, so when I told people I went to a hookah lounge, that's immediately what they recited to me. I don't know, like, I can't imagine that's. I feel like that's just like propaganda bullshit that you see on Facebook and you just recite to people. But I mean, maybe it is true. I doubt hookah's that bad for you though.
Whew, dude, I could, like, it's powerful. I don't know.
I'm sure it's not great. Like, it's not something you should smoke every day. But like, if you take a few puffs during the weekend, I can't imagine. It's like you're dramatically shortening your life.
If somebody smoked 100 cigarettes in a row, they would definitely feel a lot different than smoking a hookah for an hour.
I think so too. Like, hookah, if I smoke too much, it makes me feel kind of sick. But I feel like if you smoke 100 cigarettes, you start vomiting. Like, there's no quelling that storm.
I want to see somebody do like 100 cigarette challenge, dude. You know how they had those old challenges, like the cinnamon challenge and the milk challenge? Like,
I'm sure people have done it.
100 cigarettes. That would be crazy.
There's people that, I mean, I know it's not the same thing because smoke, but I mean, there's people that dip like whole cans of dip at a time.
Dude, remember I don't know if you've seen this or not, but I saw this dude, it was the cringiest guy, and he's like a hot pocket eater. And he's like,
is he skinny or is he like just
No,
way?
he's got some weight on him. He's like, gonna eat 100 hot pockets, and let's try to hit for less than 10 minutes. And like, it's just him staring in the camera. You can hear him like scarfing down these hot pockets slowly, like gnawing on them, like. Like, it's gross.
What's his plan of attack? Is he like, does one bite take out half the hot pocket, or does he like?
Just starts throwing hot pockets in his mouth. Like, I imagine his mouth is like the surface of the sun, like, hot, molten hot.
He was like, do you guys ever see that the episode of Tosh Pointo where that guy did it on YouTube? That was his whole YouTube channel, just eating massive amounts of food.
Yeah, he ate 6 chickens in a can.
God.
It was like, so you know how like a fucking chicken looks when you get it like cooked, well not so much cooked, but just plucked and everything like that weird.
A whole, like, chicken?
Yeah, like he opens this can like it's a fucking can of tuna, and he pours out this whole chicken followed by his
Is this
juices.
like a huge can?
It's a pretty big can. Like it's not a whole chicken. Oh, okay, it's not like a regular sized chicken, like a rotisserie chicken. It's bigger than like it would be bigger than the palm of my hand if I were to put it in my hand.
But is it diced? Is it like cut?
No, it's whole, like all together.
Yeah, it's like
it's probably more of a, I don't know. It was either a smaller chicken when it was alive or like some other bird, but it's whole.
Like a bird.
Could be a pheasant. Shit, I don't know. Some kind of bird. Though.
What about it? He's eating 5 of them.
Oh yeah, on Tosh Pointo he ate 6 of them.
Mm.
Like he would just open the can, pour them out into a dish, and then just go to town on them.
Yummy.
Oh, but I don't know if you guys saw this. I'm actually pretty excited about this move. Apparently the Batman vs Superman movie, the director's cut is going to be rated R.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Hopefully that like, I mean, it's always been a fantasy of mine that every movie ever released be released G, PG, PG-13, and R. But since that won't happen, this is a pretty cool next step. I think it also like, I think people just want R-rated superhero movies because the PG and PG-13 ones are just bullshit. Like they're not that interesting. You got to get dark. You got to get gritty. And the fact that there's like an R-rated Batman movie coming, that's pretty sweet.
I feel like with the success of Deadpool, it's kind of opened up that like genre to R movies now.
I would hope so.
Movies.
How much money did Deadpool do? Well, I don't remember.
It tripled its budget like opening weekend.
Oh, really?
That's pretty cool.
Have you guys seen it yet? Is there like a rip out yet?
No, I haven't found anything like I found a site, but I mean it was an okay recording, but it was some guy recording from his phone.
I'm probably gonna look it up this weekend, try to find it.
It's pretty.
If you find like a reliable link or anything, please send it my way.
Yeah, we'll try to talk about it next week or something.
I wonder if the R-rated version of Batman vs Superman is going to be a lot different, or just going to be like a little bit different. There's going to be like
a little bit different.
There's going to be one scene where there's a lot of blood, and that's it.
Yeah, one guy gets shot, and there's a little bit more blood than usual. Actually, 2 blood splatters.
Yeah. That's what I like, because like I feel like this is like, because it comes out in like a month today, like exactly 30 days, not 30 days, because there's like, I don't know, it comes out in a month, and like I guess there's not like enough time to go back and redo it to make it R.
He probably just kept some scenes, like they probably rated the movie and said, you know, we can't keep these scenes for our PG-13 movies. Like, all right, we'll just put them in the R cut.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah,
that's what I imagine happened.
I'd like to interject. So I'm on Forbes right now, and they have an article titled "Deadpool Box Office on Pace to Dethrone Passion of the Christ as Top-Grossing R-Rated Movie of All Time."
Passion of the Christ is the top-rated R.
What else did Passion of the Christ make?
It looks like, I'm trying to think, 370 million.
Dang.
And right now, Deadpool is at 234 or 235.
His budget was like 50 million, I believe.
Damn.
Dude, Ryan Reynolds had 10 years to perfect that movie. It was like Ryan Reynolds, the director, and like 2 writers, and they were like, for like the last 10 years, they were just like, all right, let's do this movie.
So was Reynolds just like a big Deadpool fan, and he was like, I'm writing a Deadpool movie, and I don't give a fuck if no one's going to support it, I'll make it myself.
Yeah, pretty much. Like him and 3 other guys were like, yeah, just that.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's been like rumored and then like green-lighted and then canceled like numerous times.
Yeah, dude. There's I was driving around the other day, and there's a theater right over where I live. Check it out one day. I think it's got those nice cozy seats in them, those new AMC seats.
Ones that recline.
Yeah.
Oh dang, dude, we don't got those over
High
here.
class living. Fancy living. Here we come.
So I thought I'd give you guys a little preview of what you so foolishly haven't seen, and talk about the newest episodes of Always Sunny
Well, I
and
think that's
Workaholics.
a good amount of podcasting tonight. I think we'll come back at you next week. I don't want you to spoil the new podcast, Sunny and Workaholics for me.
I was just gonna repeat jokes, but now I'm gonna send a hot shit right to your apartment.
Oh, before we go, you guys want to talk about the Apple thing real quick?
I haven't looked into it, but I've seen a lot of headlines, so I'm pretty well informed, but not the most well informed.
Oh, about Apple, FBI making Apple unlock devices.
Yeah, I think essentially Apple just told them to suck their ass. They're not gonna.
And then the FBI was like, suck our ass, you can do it.
I think Apple just essentially said we're not gonna spread our cheeks for you, and I think Microsoft has stood by them in being
I think Microsoft is supporting
Yeah, Microsoft was on the opposing side.
yeah, they should open the things for the authorities.
fuck Microsoft.
I'm never playing Xbox again.
Good thing I'm already a Sony guy, or I was.
You peasant.
Back
You're
when I
what?
used
What do
to
you
play
mean you were?
games.
Oh, you don't play games anymore.
I don't play games anymore. Real life.
The innocence of youth. Where
Y'all
did it all
are
go?
Y'all are doing it all wrong. See, I still got it all set up, dude. I still play games.
I have
Like
enough
this-
free time that I'm bored a lot, but not enough that I could start playing a game.
Yeah, I played some Gears of War 3 today, just bored, started it up. It was pretty fun.
I don't know, maybe I'll fire up Call of Duty like the good old days.
Stay up till 3 a.m.
Covered in Cheeto dust and Mountain Dew.
Wake up the next morning at 7 a.m. Go to school. Oh wait, that's for peasants.
In the middle of the night, a fedora would have sprouted on me.
I wake up in the middle of the night with my Cheeto-coated fingers, and I take the fedora off my eyes.
Pull out my vape for a big inhale, as I know I'm going to need the nicotine to wake up.
I blow 3 fat O's, one fitting right inside the other. Euphoria.
They haven't left my lips for more than 3 seconds before they've been diced by my katana.
Edgelord.
Well, I feel like we can't end on a higher note than that. So, thanks for listening, and this has been episode 4.
Gang.
Podcastaholics.